This weekend is brought to you by Phoenix Fuels.
Make every trip come alive with Phoenix Fuels, now with Pulse technology.
The first half of the 2018 National Slalom Series has proven to be exciting and more competitive, with some drivers able to challenge and beat reigning slalom king Milo Rivera for best driver of each round. Now, will this continue into the second half of the slalom season? We will be finding this out as its second half begins. Your weekly favorite race weekend program brings to you highlights of the 7th round of the 2018 Race Motorsports Club National Slalom Series.
It's the beginning of the second half of the slalom season, and we're back here at Robinsons Novaliches to see the action. Let's go check it out. It's the 7th round of the 2018 Race Motorsports Club National Slalom Series, the first race of the second half of the slalom season. The first half saw Petron Motorsports' Milo Rivera's dominance of the local slalom scene shaken. His winning streak cut short by the young phenom Inigo Anton of Mark Young Race Cars team in the 5th round, and then edged out by Richard Gallardo of Jaff Racing Team in the 6th round. The weather may have had something to do with it, but there's no doubt the competition has been tougher, times among the top 5 coming closer with every round. The morning of the 7th round saw some rain drizzling over at Robinsons Novaliches, the 7th leg race venue. But the clouds soon cleared up. The parking lot cars drive quickly, setting the stage for another tight battle among the top runners, prompting Bing Bang Dulce, Race Motorsports Club boss, to declare the first round of the series' second half another success.
Very successful in spite of yung ating continuous rains and everything, na hindi mo alam ang weather, if it's gonna rain or if it's gonna shine all throughout the day. But for today, unfortunately, maganda ang ating weather. It's not so hot and it's not drizzling kanina, pero tumigil din naman din.
More than 35 drivers showed up to compete, collectively signing up for more than 125 entries or runs through another new design layout aimed at challenging them to showcase their slalom skills.
Kompleto siya, may stretch, may high speed, maraming chicane, may gate, may 180 and 360. Every leg is a different layout para it could be challenging to all the drivers.
All racers agreed that the track layout was more technical than designed for high-speed runs, tighter and therefore more challenging to avoid the pylons.
Well, today's layout is somehow technical compared to the last few legs, which have been a bit high speed. This one has more corners than the recent ones, which kind of suits us because with the lack of car power we have, we try to make up for it in the corners through the suspension setups and also some driving. So today is a good day for us, but we can never rule out the other guys. Although it did rain, it's drying up again, and the day is still early. So we just have to keep on attacking and hope that they don't close in and eventually beat us.
Actually, the racetrack's different, but slalom's always like this. They change the layout every time. You just arrive here and first time go out a different layout. So yeah, to be honest, the track's not that hard. It's just, yeah, it's kind of tight in some of the turns. That's why I keep on hitting the pylons. But yeah, it's a challenging racetrack. It's okay. No, there's no really hard, difficult turns, but it's really tight. As usual, it's slalom.
Oh, the track is a bit technical. Wala ngang 180 pero the curves and the map itself, it's a bit hard to memorize. Iba yung nasa map, iba yung pag nagda-drive ka na. So, it's really, you have to practice actually. You have to practice the track, the map.
Liko-liko eh. Mahirap. Talagang kailangan pakapitin mo yung gulong. Kaya kailangan kada turn mo, kailangan talagang yung federal, kailangan pakapitin mo talaga para iwas tapon. Kasi less iyak ng gulong, mababa oras niyan. Ibig sabihin, talagang kumakapit ang gulong. Pagka puro iyak, mataas ang magiging dumudulas siya eh.
What part of the course was most difficult?
Para sa akin yung stopping, ito. Or yung 360. Yung 360 na first obstacle doon.
and what are they planning to do to meet the challenges of another new track layout.
Kada takbo, adjustment. Kung saan pa po pwede, kung saan pa pwedeng bilisan, kung paano pa saan pwedeng lumiko ng mas dikit sa pylon. Meron pa akong 4 na takbo na natitira. So, tatry kong abutin yung kay Milo. Kasi siya ang overall, sa ngayon overall.
Well, there are still a bit of straights around the area. There's still some sort of portions in which it gives advantage to the front-wheel drive cars. It doesn't necessarily mean that we're on a complete advantage in terms of today, but we're happier with what we're presented. But we do know we can't have it all the time, so we just have to be okay, and we just have to fight whatever happens and whatever we have.
As of now, it's really, well, it's okay. Nagpapylon ako. It's not that bad, it's not that good. So I have to improve myself. I might add some more class so that I could really get the best time for myself. I just have to be, well, presence of mind, focus, so that you can get the right turns and not too kabado siguro kasi it rained eh. So the pavement is a little bit wet, so you have to be careful. Yun lang.
My ninong just said that I just have to calm down, relax. Maybe the time's in my head, trying to catch the time instead of checking the pylons or being careful. So for my next runs, I will just relax. So, get a clean lap time, and let's see where my time will be.
Slalom race participants stressed how important it is to understand your car and be able to work hand in hand with it.
Kailangan lang talaga maging isa ka sa kotse mo eh. Kailangan maging isa kayo. Kailangan, kabisado mo siya, kabisado ka niya. Yung kakayanan ng kotse mo, tsaka kakayanan mo, kailangan magsama para makuha mo yung pinakamagandang takbo.
Well, you know, motorsports is a two-way sport. You have a man and machine, hand in hand, trying to achieve a common goal. There is a certain percentage into that though. A car can only do so much, and at the same time, a driver can only do so much. A perfect combination is something we all want to have.
What happened before the lengthy mid-season break, caused in part by problems with bad weather conditions, was still fresh in the minds of the racers. Some for bad reasons, others for good. Milo and Inigo, in particular, blew their performances in the 2 rounds before the mid-break, and were happy that the mid-season break allowed more time for preparing their cars for the second half of the season.
We did a lot in terms of preparation for this race. We are aware that we've had a 2-race losing streak here in the National Slalom Series, and we had to do something about it. However, we're in the middle of developing the car even further so that in the long run, we get to win more races and doing it not comfortably but convincingly. So with today, alongside the preparations and the development we've had, we also got to find some problems that were lingering for a lot of races already, which we believe could have affected the races back then. So with that, I hope we could improve the time. Currently, we're first, so we're optimistic. But then again, you never know what's going to happen.
Well, of course, Kabanutuan was one of our worst races because we were not able to get the front wheel. And we just had to do a lot of training and a lot of more preparations to do, and also we had to focus more. Hopefully today that it would pay off, but it's still a very close fight.
Inigo was seen using 2 cars for the race, his familiar green Honda Civic EF Drive and the Honda CRX.
I was able to get 2 runs into the EF until there's a serious problem that it's very delicado, so we had to bring it back to the shop. And then once I jumped into the CRX, it also had a big problem, so we had to bring it back to the shop. So the CRX arrived first, so I had to use this first, and then thank God that we are able to get the EF running again, so hopefully I can bring down my time.
Meanwhile, Richard Gallardo still was on the cloud 9 over having topped everyone including the Slalom King in the previous round.
Parang magandang gising. Parang maganda kita, bali, siguro na yung kotse ko, nagamay ko na. Tapos, yung huling takbo, dun ko medyo nadali si Milo Rivera. Kaya yun, medyo hindi na niya naabot. Sinuwerte ako nung 6 leg. Ako ang nag-overall.
Round 7 again showed that the competition for overall best time is getting tighter. The top 4 all managed to record runs in the 49s. Milo Rivera was again back on top with a 49.02. Unigonton was just 22 hundredths of a second slower than the 49.24. Richard Gallardo is third fastest with a 49.28. Estefano Rivera was fourth with a 49.94. The fifth fastest overall was Douglas Maninding with a 50.06. The top drivers are looking forward to even tighter competition in the second half of the slalom season.
With the points we have, we also have to make sure that we play the numbers game. We know how competitive everybody is, and we can't overpush it because things might take a toll on us at the end. So we just take it race by race.
Well, yeah, I'm looking forward to also a good competition because next race is Tarlac. It's very close to Kaunatuan. The people in Kaunatuan are very fast and good. So hopefully we can also prepare better, and yeah, I hope to win more races.
And that's our coverage for the first race of the second half of the slalom season. I'm Ray Louis Gamboa. Check us out every week for more motorsports highlights. See you next time.
It looks like we are in for an exciting second half of the slalom season. Milo Rivera may have again regained his winning form, but the timesheets indicate he will be in for some tough competition while he defends his Slalom King crown.
This week's feature on Race Weekend has been brought to you by Phoenix Fuels.
Make every trip come alive with Phoenix Fuels, now with Pulse technology.